Over 8 million Americans have left their state in the last 5 years. Not because of politics, not because of freedom. They left because their homes stopped making sense. Housing prices are up 40%. Taxes are at record highs. Crime is rising. And public services are failing faster than anyone wants to admit. Look around you. Schools have fewer students. Your favorite stores are closing. Your neighbors are putting their homes up for sale. This isn't a theory. It's real. And today we uncover the 10 states Americans are fleeing the fastest, and the silent crisis reshaping the country. 1. Hawaii, paradise with a price. Tag: Hawaii looks like heaven. Crystal clear waters, lush mountains, and sunsets that make postcards jealous. But paradise is losing its people. Last year alone, 12,000 residents left, almost 1 in every 100 people. Why? Because living in Hawaii has become almost impossible for ordinary families. The average home costs $1.1 million. Rent for a small apartment is $2,400 a month. A gallon of milk is $8, and a loaf of bread is $6. Locals jokingly call it the scenic fee, paying extra just to enjoy the view. Beyond money, culture is disappearing. Neighborhoods are becoming Airbnb zones, tourists take over local spaces, and young residents dream of moving to the mainland. Kids even joke that Las Vegas is Hawaii's 9th island. A resident summed it up: living here is like winning the lottery and then getting taxed 110%. Hawaii hasn't lost its beauty. It has lost the balance between dream and reality. 2. West Virginia, beauty that became a memory. West Virginia, once the heart of working-class America, is now a state where people quietly disappear. Mountains, coal mines, and a rugged spirit once defined this land. But for 7 decades, West Virginia has lost population. Last year, 18,000 people left. The equivalent of a small town. Erased jobs are scarce. The coal revival promised for years never arrived. Schools are outdated, and internet access lags behind the rest of the country. A young resident once said, "The mountains feel like arms around you until you realize they're walls." It's a beautiful state, but mostly in the rearview mirror, people aren't leaving because they hate West Virginia. They leave because staying has no future. 3. Illinois, the dream that became a tax bill. Illinois used to be the land of opportunity. Chicago buzzed with activity, factories hummed, and the middle class thrived. But the past decade paints a darker picture. 800,000 people have left Illinois in 10 years. The population of a major city disappearing silently. Taxes are crushing. Property taxes average $9,500 a year. Public pension debt exceeds $40 billion. Crime in Chicago is soaring, and public services continue to collapse. Illinois taxes like a rich state, but spends like a poor one. People aren't leaving because they dislike Illinois. They leave because they refuse to pay for mistakes that don't benefit them. 4. Alaska, where nature always wins. Alaska pays residents $1,300 a year from the oil fund to stay. Yet 40,000 people left over the last decade. The state's beauty is unmatched. Snow-capped mountains, endless forests, and the northern lights are breathtaking. But life here is harsh. The cost of living is 24% higher than the national average. Winters are long, dark, and bitterly cold, sometimes lasting months. Crime in some areas rivals Detroit roads, become impassable during blizzards, and emergency help can take hours. When the oil boom faded, towns turned into frozen ghost cities. A resident joked, "Alaska is like dating someone beautiful who never texts back." Nature is majestic, but it's merciless too. People leave not because Alaska is unwelcoming, but because survival here is relentless. 5. Connecticut, luxury without life. Connecticut looks like a storybook. Stone libraries, cobblestone streets, and historic homes line quiet avenues. But behind the beauty lies emptiness. Over the last decade, the state lost $12.6 billion in net income due to migration. The people leaving aren't the poor. They are teachers, nurses, engineers, the middle class. Why? Taxes are high, property costs rival Manhattan, and wages have barely grown in years. Many towns have no youth, leaving streets empty and communities quiet. A resident once said, "It's like a Rolex, beautiful, costly, but nobody wears it anymore." Connecticut feels like a museum of old money, elegant, expensive, and empty. 6. Mississippi, the blues of poverty. Mississippi is the birthplace of the blues, yet today the state itself is a sad song. Every year more people leave, not because they want to, but because they must. The median income is just $53,000, the lowest in the U.S. 19% of residents live in poverty, and half the counties are economically distressed. Schools lack teachers, hospitals close, and internet access is spotty. Mississippi's beauty, culture, and pride remain. But survival is harder than staying. Nostalgia doesn't pay the bills. 7. Louisiana, a land slowly disappearing. Louisiana is literally vanishing. Rising seas and erosion swallow about a football field of land every hour, forcing 30,000 people to leave annually. Since Hurricane Katrina, over 80,000 residents never returned. Rebuilding has become a cycle of exhaustion. Repair, destroy, borrow, rebuild. Insurance costs soar, jobs are fragile, and storms strike repeatedly. New Orleans still dances to jazz. Mardi Gras lights still shine. But beneath the celebrations lies exhaustion. A state fighting nature constantly. How long can people endure before the music stops? 8. North Dakota, cold, quiet, and abandoned. North Dakota was booming with oil a decade ago. Now, 40,000 residents are gone, and towns have become ghostly. Oil jobs have fallen, schools have emptied, and communities struggle to survive. Winters can reach minus 30 degrees Celsius, and winds cut like knives. The state is vast, beautiful, and silent. People joke it's perfect if you want to vanish from society. The reality is harsher. The land is cold, the population sparse, and opportunity limited. People leave to find warmth, connection, and jobs elsewhere. 9. New Jersey, where bills are hotter than summer. New Jersey is conveniently located, beautiful, and wealthy. Yet 65,000 people left in 1 year, nearly 2,000 each week, high property taxes, a cost of living 14% above average, rent approaching $3,000 near New York City. Constant traffic and tolls everywhere make daily life exhausting. New Jersey isn't poor, it's just draining. People love the memories, the neighborhoods, and the coastlines. But nostalgia doesn't pay for your mortgage or commute. 10. Puerto Rico, the forgotten paradise. Since 2010, Puerto Rico lost over 500,000 residents, around 14% of its population. Being a U.S. territory carries all responsibility, but almost no power. Poverty is 41%, median income barely $22,000, and storms regularly knock out electricity. Representation in Congress is weak, and residents cannot vote for the president. People love Puerto Rico deeply, but survival is nearly impossible. Every departing flight carries away a future generation who should have stayed to rebuild their homeland. The real question: is America collapsing, or is it evolving, giving people the freedom to live where life makes sense? 10 states, 10 stories, millions of lives reshaping the American map. People are leaving not because they hate their homes, but because survival demands it. What do you think? Is the American dream dying, transforming, or simply moving? If this video opened your eyes, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the real stories shaping America beyond the headlines. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next journey as we continue uncovering the America most people never see.